Yeah.
Yeah, it's about when you said about Modenine. You said Lyricist on the road, but I don't want to end up like Modenine.
How do you know? How do you know? I don't think I said Modenine.
You said Modenine or something.
No, I said Lyricist on the road, but I don't want to end up like Mo.
Like Mode. Hey, boy, it's Modenine.
You made that.
So, like, I want to ask, like, what do you mean?
You're the one that came to that conclusion. I didn't,
So, what do you mean?
So, the truth is that
Yo, what's poppin'? It's DayGenius, and I'm live at the DayGenius Podcast with young Bobby Fischer. Y'all know him.
I gotta take out my gum, bro.
Yeah.
Because nowadays I'm always chewing gum.
It's fine. Well, I'm so happy to have you here. Like, this is like a dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. You understand?
You gotta stimulate your medulla.
My medulla.
When you chew gum, you work your jaw. So now I'm ready to talk.
Okay.
You feel me?
I'm so happy to have you on the podcast.
How happy are you?
Super happy. I'm excited. Like,
so you turned down 500K.
Yes, I turned down 500K for my guy.
I did not offer him any 500K.
No, Allah only offered me 500K.
For what?
He said 500K or you showed me the tweet. And I said, I want to have a chat with AQ. He said, even if I give 500K, I said, I don't want your 500K. I can make 500K. You feel me? So
that's rich.
No, I'm not rich, but I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm like trying to get to be rich so I can buy a Benz like my mentors.
So that's what you're getting rich for, buying Benz.
No. That's just one of it. Just to be comfortable with my family. That's it.
So you want to feed your family.
That's all I want to do.
Now you want to feed your family.
Yeah.
Before you didn't want to feed your family.
I'm still feeding my family now, but I want to feed them more. Like, so I give them.
This is why battle rappers have been disrespectful
to you,
to everybody.
No.
To mainstream rappers, to anybody that they feel like is not a battle rapper.
Yeah, they are just asking for some, like,
They need attention. They need hugs.
No, it's not attention. Like, there's a level of lyrical ability that they like.
That they think they possess.
Yeah. No, not they possess, like they want from the rappers.
Yeah.
Is
that going to feed the rapper's family? That's where I was going, and you just helped me land there.
It can in a way now. Like you now, you're a lyricist.
So why are you not surviving of battle rap?
Me, I'm not. I want to be behind the scene.
You want to be behind the scene.
Like the issue is
if you had continued, would you have been able to feed your family?
No, because of the guys handling the culture at that time. I was a battle rapper. And I didn't like the way they were organizing, the poor quality of the videos, the poor marketing. So I was like, I can do this. I can make it better.
So have you made it better?
Yes, to some extent, I'll make it better.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, it can be better than this, but we are better than the way we were before.
But you're feeding your family now?
Yeah. As a graphic designer, not as a rapper.
Let's go.
I wanted to ask, like, how did you come out with the name AQ? I've always wanted to ask.
Another question.
Okay, I also want to ask, like, who are the rappers that made you want to rap?
I said how I came up with the name AQ is another question.
Oh my God. I thought you asked me for another. No, turn on the fan. I thought you asked me for another question. Are you serious? That's crazy. I never thought of that.
No, that's a prank I play on people. He's confused.
Because you said another question. That's why I asked another question.
So you thought it was another question. AQ is another question too.
So your name AQ was from another question.
You're confused now.
I'm not confused. I don't know. I was trying to confuse you.
Answer to the question.
So what is the answer?
Answer to the question. The hyphen is to the A is answer. The question is Q. I used to have answers every time people ask me questions.
Wow.
So
ask me questions, another question, answer to the
hyphen is important when people spell my name. Yeah. How's my audio?
Dope. I mean, I'm sure your fans don't know that before.
Yeah, but it's not the
Is this the first time you're saying about the name?
The meaning of the name doesn't mean anything.
It means a lot to us now.
Yes, how you captivate everything that matters to me. It's not just about the name, at one point I wanted to change the name
To
because for
Kudos.
marketing, a simple A and a Q doesn't work.
Yeah, especially to the search query on Google.
Yeah.
But now if you type AQ,
Yeah, we did a lot of work on SEO, but
Yeah.
also trending. 2 letters can't trend.
can't trend.
Yeah, on Twitter.
Really?
So when people come out and start being like, you said all that, but AQ is not trending. Ladies and gentlemen, AQ can't trend. I think that's why MI put an Abaga to his name.
Yeah,
so
MI
MI
Abaga.
Abaga can trend.
So maybe AQ
Yeah, 2 letters can trend.
Google. And I want to ask why rap out of all the genres of music, like why did you decide to like I want to kick bars?
The genius are there asking all these questions that all those presenters used to ask. I came here for like real questions.
No, we'll get there now. I just want to
Yeah.
we just try to warm it up.
How did I out of rap?
Like why rap out of all the genres of music?
Let me say like McMill, testosterone. Rap stimulates. You see, there is the thing about rap that because of the words you can put into the bar, how you can express your feelings and how you can express everything that you are, is very important because that just made me fall in love with the art because just growing up as a child, like my sister used to play Tracy Chapman.
Yeah, I love Tracy.
Celine Dion, all those songs, In Sync,
In Sync.
Yeah, and all those songs were just like, they were great, but it's just the same topic every day, But my elder brothers, they were on that NWA.
It's always the older brothers.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, like, I felt like my eldest brother might have been a better rapper
than you.
Yeah, if he stayed on it.
But did he even drop any bars at all or any songs? He never rapped.
I mean, he was starting off that time. I used to just watch him but he didn't just go forward with it. Yeah. Short and long story is that he passed. So.
So rest in paradise.
Yeah.
Like, man, also
You're
sorry
getting
about
your questions from your phone.
No. These are just starters. I also want to talk about something like I lost my dad this year too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I lost my dad. So it was like 3 days to the hip hop event.
Damn.
One of the hip hop events.
Did you still do the hip hop event?
Yeah, I still did it. Nobody knew. It was after the hip hop event and I tweeted about it. It was crazy. So when I heard about your mom's passing, so I was like, wow, it's not easy. And you still have to go outside and, do your regular stuff.
I saw a tweet, somebody talking about him being in a situation and then he went to his dad, and his dad told him a couple stuff. Right? And at that point, like, I wanted to quote the tweet and just say, I'll give anything to just be able to talk to my dad about the things that I'm going through right now, and kind of advice he'll be able to give, especially with women. The kind of advice I'll give anything. Not even just women, but financial advice. I remember that my dad used to sit down with all of these newspapers.
Wow.
Following the stock market and everything. It's unfortunate that Nigeria has come to what it is because never been too big on inheritance, but like my dad had all these stocks and everything.
Wow.
They didn't amount to much though.
Because of the Nigerian economy.
Yeah, he was keeping it for us, but it didn't amount to much.
Well, let's get into the music question. There's one question I always want to ask. A little bit controversial.
Yeah.
So, after you got the Lyricist on the road, after you there's this controversial verse. I just want to ask, like, because people don't know. You know, sometimes the rapper will say something and people we might misinterpret it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about when you said about Modenine. You said Lyricist on the road, but I don't want to end up like Modenine.
How do you know? How do you know? I don't think I said Modenine.
You said Modenine or something.
No, I said Lyricist on the road, but I don't want to end up like Mo.
Like Mode. Hey, boy, it's Modenine.
You made that.
So, like, I want to ask, like, what do you mean?
You're the one that came to that conclusion. I didn't, you know.
So, what do you mean?
So, the truth is that, and like this goes out to every rapper that is out there. The reason that I'm here, you know, I'm supposed to like travel tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Told you. Yeah. We were supposed to do this thing earlier. I mean, later.
Later, yeah.
But we just moved it today is because I see that you're building a platform. Do you understand? I see what you're trying to do.
I appreciate it.
Even if I feel like it might not be for me, right? The platform might not be for me, because I feel like I'm in my outgoing stage, you know, like you know. But
outgoing to now come back.
if there are people
has retired like 3 times.
if there are people that can benefit off it if it grows and if I can bring something to the table to help it grow.
Yeah.
Because the truth is that, you know, I struggle to be here, you know, because I'm traveling for a whole month. And when you're traveling for a month, there are many things that you have to put together. Should I carry my studio? Should I carry my mixing gear? Do you understand? Yeah. Is anybody? So definitely you feel like you're going to miss money here. But to answer your question is that I feel like I've grown up since I dropped that bar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I have regrets. And I'll tell you why I wouldn't say that I have regrets. At one point in my life, I was like, nothing was happening. And I was like, I was pointing fingers, right? Like, oh, this guy's the reason why shit is not happening. This guy's the reason why shit is not happening. Right? You know, so at that point in my life, or I've always thought that Mode should have or could have carried people along. And as controversial as this might sound, you know, people will say this is Terry, this is OD, this is, you know, but I feel like all those guys had their individual things and they were, you know, probably on the same level. But when you look at the younger people that, you know, and this is a story that maybe I shouldn't tell, but, you know, there was a time that there was a guy, many people will know him, called 5 Mics. I mean, me and him are friends now.
Fuck with 5 Mics.
Yeah, and I was doing my stuff, right? I came out the gate controversial. And then, so a kid from Abuja just came at me, you know. Sorry for using the word kid. A guy from Abuja just came at me. And that's why I understand this whole Abuja and Lagos thing that is going on now. Because, you know, there's something about rappers that just make them unhappy. Only because the genre is just where it is, right? And the frustration and all of that. So I heard the song on radio, said a lot of stuff, right? And the only thing that I had my little team, right? Shout out to Kraft, shout out to Bionic, shout out to my own Phenom, not the other Phenom. There was a Phenom before Phenom. I mean, if you go to the first Jimmy's jump off that I did, see, I did it with somebody. His name was Phenom. I think they wrote his name there, yeah.
But they spell it differently.
No, it's the same spelling.
Wow. Yeah. Crazy.
So we decided when we heard the record that I think that time Kraft was
Craftmatics.
Yeah, was producing for Mode. we decided that since Mood is close to this guy because we've seen them, you know, on a record together, that we will take the situation to Mood and say that, look, we don't want no problems. Do you understand? Like, this is your guy. So, you know, I think what I told Kraft, I mean, I was young, but what I told Kraft, my message was clear that there is no how that I'll come for this guy that your name is not going to come up, right? And the feedback that I got, right, and I remember clearly was, Mode said, what's wrong with AQ? 5 Mike will smoke him now, right? And for me, I did not just feel that that's the kind of response that, you know, should come. And then, so I went all out, right? But I always had it at the back of my mind. There's something about me, I'll get you. Do you understand? Like, you see all these guys that, you know, do the stuff that they do, and I just know I'll get them. Somehow I'll get you. Do you understand? Because I'll get you because I know who I am, right? And I know what longevity is. Do you understand? Right? And I know how you saw me then, right? Because in different ways, you showed me how you looked at me. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So when it's my turn to look at you like that, don't be mad. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand? Yeah, when it's my turn. But since 2020 to this point, like, there's just been a lot of growth, you know. I don't feel like I should have said that, right? Yeah. But I'm not taking it back, honestly. But I don't feel like right now I wouldn't say that. Okay. You know. Also, to just add to that, for me as a person, I respect the man. I don't respect the artist. Like, no matter how big you are as an artist, right? That's for your fans. Your fans can see you as a god or see you as anything. The moment I shake your hand, you're a man to me. Do you understand? And it's the man that I've always been interested in because I'm an artist too. I would never approach you as a fan too. Do you understand? Because I feel like if you set up a mic and you throw a beat there, like, all of us go rap. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And in the great words of Ferocious, you get to a level where it's who is better prepared at that moment and who the beat favors at that moment. It's not as if anybody's really better than anybody. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But there are people that are better than people. Let's just leave it at that. Right. And then for me, it's a lot of people that I've met, right? I've not been too impressed, you know, about how they see the world and how they navigate stuff. Because for me, like, anybody can be famous. Anybody can pick up a phone, do something and become famous tomorrow. Anybody can make money. Anybody can do the lottery and make money. But not everybody can be a man. It takes a lot to embody what a man is. Do you understand? So when I shake your hand, I expect you to treat me like a man, right? And when I don't get that, when I see that there is a lot of self-evaluation and self-awareness that you need to do, I either keep my distance, do you understand? Or if that affects me in some way, I have to, you know, I have to balance the scale.
Balance it up.
Yeah. But even that is not a good approach anymore for me, you know. Now I just walk away. There's no, you know. Yeah.
But shout out to Modenine though.
Yeah. We want to. I still believe Mode is the greatest lyricist as you know.
Greater than you?
So it's not even a trick question for me. Like, Mode is the greatest lyricist. For me, I'm not concerned. I got to a place where I'm not concerned about what posterity says about me. What history says, right? I'll be dead. I'll be gone, or I'll be doing something else. Do you understand? Like, I'm really not concerned about that because I've seen what people do to try to protect that stuff. And sometimes they do really unhealthy stuff just to protect that, what
Image.
they call a legacy.
Legacy.
Yeah, do you understand? And for me, I understand that the future will be the future,
Regardless of...
No, you would do your best, but regardless of how good you do, the future will be the future. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Some people's names will be completely erased. Some people might be top of mind, then one of their songs just pop up. Do you understand? Blows again. Then because of that, everybody just says, this guy has to be the greatest. Do you understand? And different things will just happen. So for me, that doesn't matter to me. I believe that a lot of people feel that Mode is the greatest lyricist, and it's the people's vote. And if they say he is, then he is.
I respect that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Don't worry, he's young. I got you.
I wanted to ask about, it's been a long time we have rap groups, but when we had the super group, that was the Lamb, like Lose, You, Bones, and MI. That was like one of the greatest super groups. Well, that's like the last super group ever. You understand? Then the album came out. The album was exciting. I reacted to the album. Like, we loved the album. We were expecting videos. Then all of a sudden, everything was crickets. So I want to ask, like, what happened? Like, why did the movement stop?
So first of all, I'll talk about super groups. No, we were not a group, but I'll talk about movements. Okay. I've always felt like as a music businessman.
Yeah.
Let me not even use the word felt. I've always known that hip hop is supposed to be moved with crews. So whether it's Bad Boy, the biggest artists come from crews.
Yeah.
Whether it's Bad Boy, whether it's Death Row, whether it's Young Money, Cash Money, whether it's Rockefeller, whether it's
NWA.
Let's even come down to new ones. Whether it's TDE, whether it's Quality Control, QC, whether it's CTE, Yogoti. Do you understand?
No,
and then you can now start tracing the family tree to say, okay, this guy was once, even if you look at Future, he was once a member of. So, I've always believed that the biggest superstars will come from crews, right? And that was my mentality, and that's how easy it was to launch Black via a crew.
I see the
so
picture.
A lot of people can't understand that. If I just don't want to call so many names, but if you document everything that I'm saying and you just go, there are always exceptions to the rules, and that's what people like to do. They say, "How about?" and they'll call one person. Do you understand? Then whether it's The Firm and Foxy, whether it's Biggie's Junior Mafia and this thing and Lil Kim, is coming for, whether it's Fugees and Lauryn Hill, is coming from crews. Do you understand? So I've always felt like launching a rap artist, you need a crew.
You need a crew.
But the problem with crews is the egos. Right? It's very hard to maintain to control the amount of ego in the room when there are 4 hip-hop artists there. So let me just go straight to the point. Like, I want to try to answer questions politically correctly, but I'm not one to mince words. Like, the project, the recording of the project did not end well.
Wow.
Right? So I had to pick up the scraps of everything may so rest in peace, Jay. Do you understand?
Beats by Jay.
Yeah, and we were able to put it together. We still needed to do some extra recordings, but now we were no longer in the camp. We were in different places because it's just hard to just contain that amount of ego. I was overseeing everything else, A&R in the project, right? So just putting it together. So it's really humbling when you say that the project was fire because of what we had to do to just piece it together. And the four of us couldn't just be in a room anymore, so we couldn't shoot videos.
Wow.
Like, we couldn't just bring ourselves, apart from people just being busy, right? There was not that, like, if he calls me for something, there's a high probability I'll show up. Do you understand? Even if I have things to do, right? We lost that thing.
Right? We are recording. Where are you going? You want to stay here? Sorry, this is my wife.
Yeah, she's allowed to come. Dabu is not. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, unplug your phone and go back inside. Or you still sit down there. Or you can take the laptop. You don't need to charge it. You need to charge that.
You married well. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
I don't think I'm the first person to tell you that. You don't seem too excited about that. Huh?
Well, people are telling me that too.
Yeah. I don't know whether to say the same for her, whether she married well. Yeah.
She loves me, man. She loves me so much. She married well too, so we are both happy.
So what I'll say is that we lost that. So when somebody is busy, that person will say, I am busy. Do you understand? We lost that extra source to say, oh, I would
make some time.
Yes, I'll go out of my way to do something because of this person or this person. I think we just lost that. So it was just very difficult to get everybody in the room to just make a music video.
But everybody is still cool together.
Yeah, of course.
Because there's rumor that AQ. So we cited a lot of subliminals. We don't know because there no names were mentioned, but people were, people now, Twitter streets now.
Yeah.
They will tie it and say this is that.
So for me, right, as a person, there's no tension. There's no, if people want to know my stance on everything is that as a business, right, the circle that I was in at the moment was not permitting me or was not allowing me to grow as a business. It was allowing me to grow as a rapper.
As a rapper?
Yes, but it was not allowing me to grow as a business, So I had to move out and, start to grow as a business, handle my stuff myself. I needed that, the platform. Shout out to everybody that gave me a platform, but it wasn't just making me grow as a business. And I needed to, not that anybody was stopping me from growing as a business, but you can't be, what it is to be in somebody's shadow. I remember sometimes that I used to see some tweets that used to say Jude's son.
I never saw that though.
Yeah. So there was so much I was doing that nobody was seeing, right? Because it will fall like a group thing. Do you understand? So, not that I wasn't comfortable with that. I just felt like, I remember telling a friend of mine, and he's going to see this and, he's going to know that my time here, right? I told him exactly the time I was going to leave, and I'm going to spend so amount of time, so amount of time here, and then I'm going to move to do my stuff. So that was a learning process for me, a growth process for me, understanding a lot on the creative aspect, right? Because what I came with the whole Chocolate City thing was I came with business. The business of an independent artist that has been pushing himself since from day one and has not had the backing of a record label or investment. So I came with that business, but I learned a lot about just being a creative as a whole. And when it was time, I had to move. The thing about life is that people don't do well with people leaving. Not a lot of people do well with people leaving. Not that they wish you, not that they wish you, not that they don't wish you well or something, but we can all do this. Do you understand? We can all do this, and I get that. So I understand it, but the things that I see is almost like, let's say we're guys, right? And I don't even want to explain too much, but let's say we're guys, and your vision is to walk on the moon, right? But my vision is to understand the origin of man, like where man came from. That's like two different things. Do you understand? And I can't say like, oh, let's go walk on the moon first before I can find out the origin of man. Do you understand? Because we don't know how long it will take us to walk to get to the moon. It might take us our entire life, and then I'll never have the chance to go look for my own purpose. Do you understand? So at some point, it wasn't just aligning, and I had to move.
Ooh, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Then I also want to ask.
I hope this question is not going to be. Nobody's going to ask me this question again because I've answered it. Please cut this part and put it outside there.
People still ask you.
Yeah.
I also want to ask about Ethos. Like, to me, Ethos is like one of the most unique Nigerian hip hop album for a very long time.
Yeah.
Because it was so unique, alternative, and real rap, not just rap to vibe. You feel me? Like rap that was from the arts. Like that album was magical. So I just want to ask, like, what made you embark on that type of project? Like, what inspired the sound? And I was working with Brymo, like.
So I wanted to I Don't Breathe.
Yeah, Breathe with Chike.
Yeah. Still my highest streaming song.
Wow. Golden album was unique.
Oh yeah.
Even from the artwork, like.
Yeah. So I started understanding what people
want
without still selling out, without still making the music. You can make music at a level, right, where the singing is at that level and the rapping is at that level.
Yeah.
You could put it together. But I didn't feel like Chike would want to do like a whole project.
And that would have been fire.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah. So the only alternative that I had that I felt could match, and we sat down as a team and we talked about it, that could match my my vision.
To me, that was the best album that year. I ain't gonna cap. Like,
are you just saying that because
I told Nana, like, that was the best album. Like, it's different, like, it's unique, and it's just
All by Yourself is like one of my best records.
Which one?
All by Yourself.
Oba.
It's the last track.
Oba.
All by Yourself.
All by Yourself. Okay. I was thinking of Ballet's.
Yeah, Ballet House.
Ballet House. I like that track. Yeah. Because you say all by yourself, and I thought you were saying Oba. So you're not having ballet.
All by yourself.
You're too much thinking about rap. Nawala.
Yeah.
So, like, but how is the relationship with Brymo now? You guys
there's no relationship.
No relationship.
There's no relationship.
What happened?
Huh?
Do you want to talk about it?
Not really. There's just no relationship. So, like I said before, there is the artist and there is the man. I don't blame the fans for defending the artist.
Okay.
Do you understand? But once I get to know the man and I don't appreciate the man, I'll move.
Okay, no problem.
There's no, it's my personal decision
to move on.
Yeah, so anybody that feels a way about it, because I don't know why people feel like, oh, he's disgruntled, he's this. It's my personal decision. Like, I just don't feel like I need to be around certain things. So,
That's fine.
Yeah, it should be fine. It should be fine.
Man. But so I was want to ask, like, the year you won Lyricist, like, did you said I want to win it and I'm gonna do this lyrical run and I'm gonna get it, or it just happened and you're like, okay, cool? Because yes, you have been dropping lyrical shit for a while, but it was that year. So I want to ask, like, did you plan for it, or it just happened on its own?
So the first time I won Lyricist on the go, I did not think I was going to win.
Oh, yeah.
It was me, Loose and Black that were going to the awards. Our whole, our goal, our theme for the award show was yesterday's price.
It's not
today's price. So I remember I got the pink suit. You feel me? Killer calm. I was going killer calm on them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the funny thing is that when I was announced, I was talking to Seed. So we just showed up yesterday's price. We were going as businessmen. Do you understand? It's not today's price. So we were going as business. So I was talking to Seed when, I had not seen Dr. Seed. Yeah, I had not seen him in a long time. And there are just a few artists that everything they say is game, right? And Dr. Seed is one of those people. Everything he says is game. Do you understand? Now I don't mean the gaming because it's
the game.
Everything he says, and he has a lot of experiences in the music business. As people would not know this, but as an artist and as a exec, right? So it's always exciting and refreshing to sit down with somebody like Dr. Seed and have conversations, and he was wearing something really fly, and then he was saying stuff like, that stage, if I get on that stage, you understand? And I was, we were having a conversation, and then I heard something that was my name, but I was it now became a trance. Right?
Wow. And then, they're calling it for the awards.
Yeah, and then I saw Black standing up.
Wow.
Everything was now in slow-mo, right? Wow. And then Loose now tapped me.
Bro, so...
Yeah, and that's when I,
That's when you came.
Yeah, and then we went on stage. But, am I allowed to curse? It was a what the fuck moment. It was not a shock, a positive shock. It was a what the fuck moment. What just happened? Do you understand? Are you guys for real right now? Or you guys are trying to prank me or something? But yeah, got the award and it didn't mean much. But it didn't mean much to me. I know it meant much to the people that have supported me and everything. But when I wanted to win awards, that's why I try to do stuff for other artists. I try to make them get the things that they need when they deserve it. Because just imagine if I had gotten it with 24. Now imagine all the babes wait for them come my house.
The babes still come now.
But what am I doing with that? Not now. Do you understand? When I have had the time, do you understand? imagine what I would have been able to use the presence of winning the award to accomplish, to just go all out, to just say, okay, the inspiration it would have given me to like push my music,
But I think after the award, like it was really like
no, because at that point, you see, if you make decisions about your life, I once told a close friend of mine that my dad was right when he told me not to do music, because I had been living with it for a long time, saying that, he was wrong, right? And I had been fueled with this, I'll show him that he was wrong.
If you haven't done music, what would you have been doing?
I believe now I could have done anything. Not then.
Like, then what would you have done?
So I don't remember my old self.
Oh.
There's so much that has changed that sometimes people will tell me that I did something or I was there or else. I remember somebody sent me an old picture of me. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't remember my old self very much.
Okay, like say now, if you had opportunity to tell your younger self not to do music, to do something else, what would you have told him to do?
So, let me finish this conversation. I told a friend, and I'll get back.
Okay.
I told a friend of mine that my dad was right when he told me not to do music. And he was like, what the fuck are you saying? Look at, you had this, look how far you came, everything, and blah, blah. And I told him that the thing that changed my life, right? The place I got to as a human being, right? I would have been successful in anything that I was doing at that point, right? So it's not the rap skill set. It's the way I started thinking, the way I started seeing myself, the way I started understanding things. Do you understand that change? So anything I chose to do at that moment, and that was sometime in 2019, right, that I decided that, okay, it's time to start developing as a human being, adding value to yourself and everything. And then at that moment, things changed for me. So to say, what would I have been doing if I could talk to my younger self?
Yeah.
I would have taken everything that I know now in terms of development as a human being, and I would have put it on my younger self to just be like, all these things you're doing does not make any sense. Do you understand? Yeah. Develop yourself, and anything you want will come your way. Maybe not anything you need will come your way. Maybe not the things that you want. But for me, like now, I don't think of money, right? I just think of adding more value to myself, and I just believe that the money will come.
You have to work hard for money to come. It's not
you have to think differently.
Yeah, speaking about money, I want to talk about connect heads.
Yeah.
Like, what brought up the idea? Like, I love the concept.
I was bored.
Yeah. But what about coronation?
I always like to be active in something. Okay. So I just finished an album. I wasn't prepared to make another album. Okay. Right. And there was a data problem, right? There was a data problem in the music business where
you can't access.
There is no data. There is no data about the behind the scenes. There's only data of 100 million streams, 1 billion streams. There is no data of how much does it cost to are you really making a profit? Because how much does it cost to do this, that? How much does a beat cost? What's the average price a beat cost? A mixing engineer? Do you understand? So I saw something that the music business, streaming wise, was going to be like $44 million or something, in a projected time. And I was looking at in revenue. I was looking at that. Do they mean revenue or do they mean profit? And if this is revenue, is the business actually making profit? Because like now, if you ask yourself, like, you say, how many Nigerian albums are on Boomplay? You literally have to go and start counting for yourself.
Yeah,
do you understand? There's no. You say how many Nigerian artists are on Spotify right now. Do you understand? The data is not out there, but I bet you that if you probably search how many American artists have their music on Spotify. I'm sure somebody has curated that data and
Yeah.
put it out there. So there was just a data problem that just made me feel like it started out with the Lamb album. Like somebody was charging a certain amount for a beat that I felt like was too much. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And like I was asking myself, like, if this beat is this much, right? If I feel it's too much, then how much should a beat cost? Because you deal with foreigners, you deal with, you understand, in the music business. So when you want to give your budget, this is the problem. When you want to give your budget, you start thinking of P Prime's price. You start thinking of Blaze Beats price. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Right? Now, if they tell you that, okay, these guys are too expensive for us, what's your next move? So, let's say an artist like Alpha Genie has set his price.
Yeah.
Is it too high? What is his price? Like, what should be his price? Is it too high or is it too low? Do you understand? So what is the cost? And then they'll say, like, look, people will tell you, like, oh, different producers are different
levels of,
but there with everything there has to be some kind of because you must make a budget forecast as an artist. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if I say a regular trap beat or a regular Afro beat, right? If I want to what's the price range?
Depends on the name. Rexy will charge more than what another like upcoming will charge.
Yeah, but if you have two upcoming, what is the price? Are you going to say one is more upcoming than the other?
No, there's no way you can know that.
So there you go. So I believe that if we had a system, right? Because now if you go to like YouTube and you have all these guys that put up all these YouTube beats, it's between $100 and $200.
Yeah.
So we can see that you can get a,
Also, they might have like a website where
you just go get. Also, I wanted to put one site where everybody could just go and put their prices, so they can, there can be some regulation, and you can have an idea that, this is what this will cost me. If I don't find it anywhere, if I go here, right, I'll be able to get this bit.
So after Goals Engineering 2, you sent a tweet. You said you're not going to drop anything in the life.
I didn't say I wasn't going to drop it. I said don't expect anything from me soon.
Okay. That means 2024.
I dropped Goals Engineering 2 in 2023. So the funny thing about it, this is the period I record albums. Like, this is the period that the concept of albums come to me.
What is unique about the period?
I'm no longer busy. I usually close in November. Like, I close my business in November, and then December is just,
music.
And then because I'm not a very outgoing person, while everybody's out there jumping up and down, I'm in the studio because I've not had a chance to be in the studio, or but I'm not in the studio making music. When I say I'm in the studio, it just means that I'm thinking of music. I'm in the studio thinking about the concept. Do you understand? Listening to old stuff, old records, or maybe some Sam Cooke, and just understanding what inspired them, watching documentaries, just understanding the direction that I want to go on the next project. And maybe by January, I'm sourcing for beats. But the truth is that I feel like making an album. But
the vibe is back. This year is like...
The vibe is not back. I feel like making an album, but I'm heavy, right? And I don't want the next album I'll make to be a very heavy thing. I think Ethos was like that, because for Ethos, I was coming off the death of Beats by Jay, and now I'm coming off the death of my mom. I don't want it to be...
to be very emotional.
Yeah, and that's the direction that it will go if I decide to get in the studio. So I told myself that when I make the Goals Engineering 2, the reason why I said that is because I feel like the older artists need to give the younger artists time to breathe because hip hop, especially our set, is such at a high level that is so, we're asking too much of the younger people. And we are being too dominant. I'll give you an example. Lil Baby can never be Lil Wayne.
Lil Baby's fire though.
Do you understand what I'm saying? In his own way.
His own unique way.
Do you understand? In his own way. Do you understand? And Lil Wayne had to take that hiatus.
Okay.
I was saying that Lil Wayne cannot be. I mean, Lil Baby cannot be Lil Wayne. So for me, like, we, you know, the more we keep dominating, the more people feel like dominating the space, the more people feel like younger artists have to have the same skill set that we have, and we need to diversify. We need to diversify as a genre, you know. So, you know, just let the young guys just come up and do stuff. I'm enjoying what the anti-war gangsters are doing, what Black Bones is doing, what Odumodu is doing, you know. The younger guys, yeah.
Okay. So now let's talk about Yemi Alade.
I know that's where your mind is. Why are you talking about Yemi
I'm
Alade?
just curious. You had a bar about that.
Just a bar, like rappers use bars.
And you tweet about that a lot.
When? How?
On Twitter.
How? When?
A long time
Show
ago.
me one tweet.
If I search AQ Yemi Alade on Twitter.
You're not gonna. I did a song with her. That's all.
Oh,
there's no tweet.
I was thinking maybe
rappers rap all the time.
I was thinking maybe you like her or something. That was what I asked.
Don't worry, it's young. I got you. It's young. I got you.
So, man. So now, God's Engineering 3, we might expect maybe like 2025 if the vibe is right.
I don't know about God's Engineering 3. Right now, my priorities are different. I'm more into the music business. The transition has been seamless.
Wow.
I have a couple artists that I'm working with right now.
New artists or?
I'm working with one new artist, and
what's the name?
I like to stay behind the scenes.
What's the name of the artist?
I don't like people to know that I'm behind anybody.
Let's know now. Let's know.
Yeah, I don't like people to know that I'm
so
behind
some of my
anybody.
rappers say I should ask, like, they want to know how maybe any advice on monetizing raps.
So
as an upcoming artist. Yeah.
So if you want to monetize your, like for me now, one of the ways that I made money was selling catalog. Right? You have to build your catalog because a rapper's catalog, a lot of times a rapper's catalog holds more weight than a singer's catalog. A lot of times. Because if you think about sync, right, there is a lot of times they need to push a certain kind of action. Do you understand? Even in romance movies, there are still the place where there's trailer and there's tension. You know, talking about catalogs, I was saying that there's a lot of times that in a movie, when you're talking about sync, or in a video game, or do you understand? Everything is there's a lot of action, trailer, and it's hip hop that captures that element the most. Do you understand? So when you're thinking about sync, do you understand? If you have a club scene in a movie, the action is hip hop. Do you understand? It's trap. Do you understand? You have an action, it's hip hop. So a lot of times the catalog of the hip hop artist, you know, outweighs a singer's catalog, because then a lot of singers' catalog is just romance scenes.
One Direction.
Yeah, you know. So if you want to monetize, number one is that you have to be in it for the long term, right? I'm talking about if you're in the kind of situation that I'm in, like you rap like me. You
Yeah.
understand? You have to be in it for the long time. So you have to build for the long term, you have to build catalog, right? And you have to find something unique about yourself. So a lot of times when I request beats, people just throw hardcore beats at me. And I always tell them that I'm not a hardcore rapper.
I want to hear some.
And they're like, what do you, I'm like, I'm not a hardcore rapper.
Well, you're an hardcore rapper, right?
My biggest songs like Egg Roll, it's not hardcore.
Eunice
Breathe,
is
it's not hardcore. It's not one of my biggest songs.
Yeah, I feel like your biggest verse is the Lamb Cypher.
Yeah, it's a verse, and what numbers? What did it get me? Like, do you understand?
Yeah, that verse is crazy. Like,
so the thing about me is that I have a style, and people don't know that I have a style. Do you understand? Like, one of the most impactful records that I've made in recent times is Mogadishu.
I love that track, man.
So then you now think about it, it's not even a hardcore beat.
Mogadishu is hardcore. It doesn't have any hook or chorus. Just straight rap.
Yeah, but this beat is not hardcore.
The beat might not be hardcore, but the rap song itself is an hardcore rap
but
song.
I'm passing the message. So I'm saying that you have to find something unique about yourself. Like, I'll give you an example. I have a style. I've never said this anywhere, so this is like exclusive to you.
I love exclusive.
Do you understand?
Is it recorded? Record the exclusive.
But my skill is this. When you listen to me, you see how you say, you put these quotes and you write something and you say said by.
Said by, yeah.
Do you understand? That's how I write. I write in quotes. That's why I sat back and I said, and I started in 2019 with the second cipher. I sat down and I said, that's why I have the most quotables as a rapper. Do you understand? Like, the kind of message that I'm going to pass is going to be in quotes. Do you understand? So if you think about Mogadishu, right, it's filled with all of those lines, you know.
Yeah. Mogadishu is super
yeah,
hard.
so
I love that track.
When I say stuff like money can't buy happiness, but poverty will kill your joy. Do you understand? You can put that in the quote and you can put AQ on that. Do you understand?
That's a bar.
Yeah, you know. And then there's the business choice. Do you understand? If you put money over strategy, do you understand? You leave a void. You can put a quote over that. And you can put an AQ. Do you understand?
That is hardcore.
That I am passing a message.
That's
you're saying
knowledge bars. Like that's so.
It's you that made it's Nigerians that made knowledge bars.
KRS-One type shit.
Those ones they kick bars. They're trying to tell you something scientific. They're trying blah 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 explosive. You know, no, right? I'm telling you something that if you apply in real life, like those quotables, it will help you. Do you understand? So that's the unique thing about me. And that is why sometimes I just feel like, yo, what are you doing? You can't touch. The reason why you cannot touch me is because, do you understand? I'm existing somewhere that you can't exist in. So when I'm dropping, it's just different. Do you understand? So for the people that know my music and like my music, do you understand? So for me, it's like you have to find that thing to just say that, where am I going to take my music to that just sets me apart? Because I think that I can keep doing this thing till I'm 70. And it will always be a state. As long as I can keep improving on the music, it will always be an upward trajectory. Do you understand? Yeah. Because I'm not after the number one chart. You know what making hits does? You know what making hits
What does it make you?
Like, people ask me that, they're like, why don't you? You're not even trying to make a hit. You know, I tried to make hits in the past. I have Champagne and Rum. I licensed Bang from Femi Kuti. I went to the office to license Bang. I had a song called Bang. Do you understand? I had songs that I had Agu Jindi Man. I had good songs. Then at some point I just stopped. Right? Because I had one of my biggest records ever. I remember performing at the place where there were big artists, and I kind of like stole the show with that song. It was Lekki Expressway with Wavy the Creator.
Wavy.
Yeah.
I'm
So
not
then at some point, because I still tried to make big records like what Nigerians will call, I just stopped. Because the thing about making hit records is that next year you have to make another one bigger than the one that
you have to keep going back to back. It's
Do you
a
understand?
race.
And the moment you can't do it anymore, do you understand? Sometimes I get on social media and I see what they're saying, you know, like I look at an artist like Fireboy, who I have like utmost respect for. Like I know that boy's writing skills. Like, you know, I've known from way back. And if he remembers, you know, I think I still have the chat where I told him that you're going to be a superstar, and he doubted because of the way he writes. And then I'm seeing what people are, you know, like feeling like he can't make it. And I know that he will, but just looking at that, do you understand? It's just something that just made me feel like I don't need to be under any kind of pressure in my that kind of pressure. Because when you're under that kind of pressure, then it's now even more difficult to make it happen. You have to be the kind of artist that can just block all that stuff out, you know. So for me, it's just like, what can I wake up in the morning and do in 2 weeks? What do I know that I can do that is me? Do you understand? And then I'm building catalog, right? Yeah. And then I'm saying that if I cannot really do it in the streaming market, what are the other ways? There are so many ways that people should learn how to be able to move their music. Yeah, Vince Staples.
Vince Staples is dope.
Right? Vince Staples woke up one morning and said, I'm going to make an album for just sing.
For just?
Sing.
Sing.
Yeah, songs you can just use in movies.
Oh.
Do you understand? Like,
that's
what he sat down and made an album for Sing. Soundtrack. And it was dope. Soundtrack music. Do you understand? So you have to just sit down and just be like, what can I be king of? Do you understand? Like, what can I be king of?
What do you think you are king of?
I know I understand music business. If I would be in the room to influence something good for myself. So imagine me being in the room and you want me to help with your distribution, right? You're setting up a music distribution company, right? And I'm there to assist. Of course, I'm going to give myself the best distro. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm going to try to talk to you that I'm going to help you with this, but put a budget behind my music. I'll do this, but put a budget behind my music. Do you understand? So the thing about me, I've had a lot of people that I used to look up to back then just call me and said, AQ, I need you to put me through something like in the music business. I understand the creative, I understand this, but can you put me? So what I'm really good at is I understand the music business. So you're going to need me to help do something. Do you understand? Or you're going to need me to help lead something or develop something or set up something. So right now I'm into buying and monetizing catalog. Why won't I buy my catalog first? Why would I tell the company to buy my catalog? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'll always find a way to monetize. You know, as a matter of fact, there are artists that are not even rap artists that they trust me to find the bag for them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Is it? It's a lot of work.
So I like the way you talked about like groups in rap music.
Yeah.
Another thing that one of my guy, me and people were talking about, like, how can we, like, you know, what fuels hip hop? What makes hip hop trendy? Another thing that you suggested was beef. Like, beef makes hip hop go viral. When Emma and Vector were beefing, Vector was #1 trending in the world. So I want to ask your perspective about it. Do you believe like the rappers need to beef? Not like violently, like, okay, I think I'm better than this guy and I'm better than you. You can't rap. Like stuff like that. You think is beef healthy? Like, should niggas keep beefing or what do you think about that?
You know why I'm thinking about question 4? Like, I'm thinking about it because I know what beef did to me as an artist.
Which beef in particular?
All of it. Like the other day that, I lost my mom.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was trending on Twitter and it was people dragging me, right? I was like, God, what have I done? Do you understand? Like,
Twitter loves you.
Yeah, I'm like, so I try to stay away from controversy because it's not good for the place I'm at now, right? So a lot of times you actually find me advising an artist that you don't need to respond. Now,
it's not easy to not respond.
Yeah, but it's not easy to not respond. But I'll tell you what. I beef for the real reasons. Do you understand? Like, it's not you as a man has hurt me.
Okay.
Do you understand? Not music, like, do you understand?
Like, you don't fuck up.
Yeah. You as a man has hurt me. And I don't have any other medium other than this medium. Do you understand? And you will feel it. Do you understand? So for me, it's like, if you don't mean it, because somebody is going to take it personal. There's nothing like on record. There's nothing like that. Somebody is going to take it personal because for you to actually win a beef, you have to hit below the belt. That's why I always advise that you shouldn't be in a situation. It's funny that I'm the one saying this. Do you understand? But you shouldn't be in such a situation where you have to beef. So, as much as you think that it helps hip hop, I believe that collaboration helps more. Do you understand? But I'll give you an example. There is always competition. There is competition in collaboration because I don't know if I should say this, but I'll give you an example. Like Odumodu's rise, whether we like it or not, people used to say that it's enough space in the sky for everybody. Big lie. That's the biggest lie ever.
Are you serious?
Told, bro.
Wow.
Like, I tell you something. Once a new artist pops, somebody is going out. Because a name has entered, like they're thinking of that name before they get to your name. Do you understand? That name has now become more important than your name. Do you understand? And if he does the same thing that you do and he does it better, if they come to you because of that specific thing, you're out of the game, you're out of the picture.
That flow of income will move.
Yeah. So,
well, there are some people that are consistent in the times.
Like
I think Black Bones has been consistent.
So I'll tell you pretty clear, right? As a businessman, right? Maybe not now, and of course they're very close friends.
Yeah.
But I'm not even looking at, it's not even the fact that it's Black, in a situation. Yeah. I'm looking at Native and how they are coming. Do you understand? If they continue the way they are, so it's always behind the scenes. Like Warner and Universal cannot be friends now. Do you understand?
Yeah.
They are poaching. This guy is doing this thing. Let's get this employed. Do you understand? So it's the real beef. The real competition is like behind the scenes. So I have to say, like, what are these people doing that we're not doing better, or we're not doing?
Why can't we get an artist that sounds like this too?
Yeah, so that we can block that place. Do you understand? Like, oh shit, these guys have found terms. Can we find some? And you can see clearly that that's what. Definitely. But everybody's laughing and like, oh, we saw
a rapper that sounds like Ashake now.
Everybody's laughing on like everything is okay, but. Do you understand? It's behind the scenes that you now know that that's where the real work is. Oh shit, these guys are coming. Do you understand? And then, that is why I always tell people, like, you have to build value. Because, one of the lines that inspire me the most is like, when your album sales wasn't doing good, who's a doc that they told you to go see. Do you understand? That was Dr. Dre I think it was on Forget About Dre, right? For me,
and that guy has only like 2 albums,
and it's just living through it.
One of the greatest.
Do you understand? Because he understands how to make albums.
I didn't even know he had just 2 albums.
He understands how to make albums. And then people are forgetting that. Do you understand? So for me, like, I understand the value that I bring in the studio. Do you understand? And for me, that's like the most important part of the whole process. You understand? In the studio. While a lot of people are thinking of marketing plans and PR and all of that, I'm like, the first thing we need to do is that for our section, right, we need to be making the best music. And then if you think about it, that when we started 100 Crowns,
100 Crowns movement was crazy, man.
You think about the 2 years, do you understand? You think about Crown, you think about Young Denzel, you think about Bad Boy Black, do you understand? You think about God's Engineering, you think about the Live Report, you think about
we needed that life report during that COVID.
You think about all of the projects that we put out. This thing, I could arguably say that we are putting out the best hip hop music, and that is what I come to do. Do you understand? In every section, that if I'm working with a street artist, he has to be putting out the best music first. Do you understand? Because what that does for me is that it guarantees longevity. And because I'm not the guy to say that, what are we making right now? Do you understand? We want to make all of the money right now. Yeah.
Okay.
We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Because I'm kind of the artist like to just say that. I'm kind of the exec to just say that, why not after now? Do you understand? Like, I believe Blackbone still has like 7 to 10 years.
No, even the build up to Black was so organic.
Because I'm not the type of person to just say that we are not the type to just say that we are gunning for the money that we're trying to make now, right?
And I wanted to even ask about
we have to. It will come if you understand that. If you're making the best music, the money will come. And of course, you have the right structure, because I'm going to start from the studio, because I have this thing where I do like from production to distribution, right? And then if you follow the pattern and then you follow, after release, and all of that, if you put your marketing in place, and of course you have your budget, like, it's going to come. Because the question that you always have to ask, do you understand? Like for me now, if I'm a pop artist and sorry, I have to just, I'm not cool with naming names, but you understand? If I'm a pop artist, right? And you have Burna, you have Omale, and you have Ashake, right? And you're not making the music that is as good. What are we doing? What did we come here to do? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not
like if Omale drops and he's going to knock me off number 1 because his music is way better than mine. Do you understand? What are we doing here? Do you understand? Like, let me just go home. Because it simply means that we're probably just going to be hot for 2 months in the year or 3 months in the year. And then whenever he wakes up and he feels like, oh, it's time for this guy to stop being hot. Do you understand? That's going to happen. I don't like to be in that situation. So the work always has to be done in the studio. We might not beat you on the whole album, but we'll beat you on the single. We might not beat you on the single, but we'll beat you on the album. One way we will, do you understand? We'll beat you. So we have a stake, we have something. We just say that, oh, you have the best single out, we have the best album out. You know.
And I remember you were doing Coronation that time, like,
Yeah.
like I love Coronation, like it was beautiful. I want to ask, is this like something you're willing to, like, you know, maybe once in a year, just pop? And again, I also want to ask, you dropped God Engineering too, like you didn't do no like shows, events for us to just come out.
I've not had time to be able to do shows, to be honest.
Even if it's just an AQ only concert.
I'm trying to do this year, but look at I'm out for a month. Do you understand? Right? I've not. So the thing about, you know, I know you can't understand where people are with their lives, but as an artist, real life is happening.
Yeah,
do you understand? Like real life is happening. You know, lost my mom. You know, did the burial. It's going to be hard to come out from that, and you know,
and just
I'm hearing people talking about Wiz putting out a project. This guy just lost his mom. Like, if you know what it's like, do you understand? Give the man time. Do you understand? Give the man time. Do you understand? Because if you know, for me, it's like everybody wants what they want. But I'm no longer I have to be selfish with my time. I have to be selfish with my mental space. I have to be selfish with my priorities. My priorities are the most important things to me right now. And the question is, people do these things to make money. And the question is, am I getting money?
Are you facts?
Do you understand? I'm out here trying to feed my family. You know, anytime I hear Odumodu say that, as a matter of fact, from him that I got it from. See, when some people are saying a lot of things about him, do you understand? He'll be like, but my mama did chop. Do you understand?
Yeah,
that's his comeback. You see, Odumodu has the best, will I call it public relations? Do you understand?
They are doing PR.
Do you understand? Like the
tweets in capital letters.
The guy, like, what I like about him is when you meet him in person.
Oh my God.
Do you understand? Like, if you dislike the guy on social media,
you can
never dislike him when you meet him, like full time. And he's helping his music so much because there's nobody he will come in contact with that he might not end up getting a verse from. Do you understand? True. The last time he saw me was like, you see, Q, I know be boy. I be man. That's the mistake a lot of people are making. I be man. Do you understand? And there are so many layers to that statement. Do you understand? And what I got from that statement is that at every point I know what I'm doing. Do you know? When they feel like I don't know what I'm doing, it's not a boy that is the thing they are dealing with. Do you understand? But he was actually saying it in the context that he's not forgetting what people did for him. Do you understand? Because he's not a boy, he's a man. But there's so many layers to that statement, you know. And I'm just like, I see the future of hip hop. I see him and I see Black. Do you understand?
Jerick too.
I see Jerick. I see, you know, I see all of them, you know, anti-war gangsters. I see Corleone, see Hot Eyes, see Preacher Kings, see.
Shout out to Preacher Kings.
Yeah, I saw the freestyle that he did. Yeah, I see Skinny.
Crazy.
I see all of them. I see BK, like, you know, BK is
BK
just,
the East God.
You know, BK is just.
I thought people are thinking maybe did you sign BK?
That's an interesting question.
Because I got to know BK from you. Most of my circle got to know BK from you.
That's a very interesting question. But just understand something, like the way Black came and did what it did. Just be ready for BK in his own way to just do.
Yeah, BK,
I don't miss.
Exclusive.
I didn't say anything, but
you don't miss.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, I'm not going to miss. I get more excited than the artist himself. So BK is coming. Like,
shout out to BK, man. The guy is super dope. Like, he can sing. He's versatile. And he's dropping gems within the raps. That guy is dope, man. He just needs.
No, people should be ready for it.
Well, that guy is dope. I can't wait to see what.
No, people should just be like.
Can't wait to see what he's gonna drop, man.
People
And
should
it's
just
very
be-
creative. When he did the tribute to Mobad, even from the visuals, I was like, this guy is crazy. Even when he's rapping, the way his attitude, that guy is a celebrity. I'm telling you.
BK is already
Yeah.
happy. And you know the funny thing is that, like since,
do.
he's not put out music yet.
Yeah, just drop
By
the
the time-
covers.
Yeah, by the time.
Okay, I sent a tweet. I was like, if you're an upcoming rapper, like you're just starting out new,
Yeah.
I don't know. I said, you don't have any business dropping songs on Apple Music.
That's wrong.
No,
That's-
like 0 followers. You don't have any.
That's still wrong.
It's still wrong.
Yeah.
Like I feel like you need to drop covers. Build
I'm
a
tired
little
of,
bit
and
audience.
no disrespect to your opinion, but I'm
Yeah.
just tired of people that don't have music business experience having opinion about the music business. You can have music opinions.
Yeah,
Do you understand? You can have music opinions. Well, every time I open Twitter, and I understand a lot of them are getting jobs from it. Do you understand? They make a lot of noise, and then the music people come and bring them on. Do you understand? As a music journalist, you must do research. Do you understand? You must do a lot of research, but you have to understand the process that happens in a label, and you have to understand that you're one person.
Yeah.
And a label encompasses everything.
Okay.
There's accounting, there's distro, there's production, there's promotion, there's PR, there is finance, there is legal, there is social media. Do you understand? That all this group of people are coming together to make decisions. You need to sit down. You need to be calm. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
People need to be calm. So how would you be discovered without catalog? Did J. Cole not tweet at 500 followers? Did he not have music then?
I think back then it was mixtapes. Even
Was
Drake
it not
was
music?
dropping mixtape.
Was it not
Yeah,
music?
like I said, you can drop covers and mixtape. Mixtapes are like covers.
So if you say an artist should drop covers,
mixtapes.
do you understand? Like when I hear the covers, like recently I was in and I don't want to be talking about these things because I like to just be behind and just doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There are people that were like saying that like BK is just going to end up as a cover king.
No.
Do you understand? Because they don't feel like he can translate these melodies.
Come on.
Do you understand?
That's cap.
No, they have their point. They have their point. You get too comfortable with covers, you don't know how to make your music anymore. Do you understand? Once in a while, you have to come out and show and prove to yourself that you can actually do this. Do you understand? Because I actually tell people that, I tell artists that sometimes...
Sorry, kind of full. Remove it and put the other card. But it's like, even if you have 0 fan base, you can still drop.
Yeah, because when you become who you are, right, people are gonna go back. Do you understand? And look at what's happening on TikTok.
TikTok is crazy.
Do you understand? Like a song that was recorded like 10 years ago, like Akon's "Lonely." And if you actually think about "Lonely," right? If anybody made "Lonely" right now, oh shit, this is a TikTok hit.
Lonely, I'm telling you.
I'm so lonely. That pitched voice and everything.
People start acting.
Yeah, but he did it then. And look at it now. So you don't know the song and the inspiration that you get to record and just put out something. Now, and that one thing that you put out, supposing like when Fave did is it Bad to Me cover?
Is it the Whiskey battle? Yeah.
When she did it, it was so hot that in the end they had to put it on DSPs. Do you understand? So sometimes I tell artists this: record the cover, take the beat off and put an original beat into it, because there is something about a hit song that gives it a certain vibe. There's something that a lot of things that come together to make it a hit. And if you jump on that beat sequence, there's a probability that you tap into that vibe.
That energy.
Yeah, that energy, and you create something very,
beautiful.
Dynamic and great.
Okay, I want to ask you, we're almost rounding up, your top 5 Nigerian rappers of all time, in order 1 to 5.
I don't have a top 5 Nigerian. I would have an AQ from 1 to 5.
Okay, foreign rappers, not Nigerian.
But let me think about this.
Well,
AQ,
it's
not being cocky, like it's not being any. This thing is that a lot of Nigerian rappers are so versatile that it's just really difficult for me to just say, I like Olamide very much. People don't know that, but I like.
Just go nominated for Grammy.
I like Olamide very much. Of course, there is Jude. I just believe that what he has done in hip hop, I don't believe that anybody can. I don't believe it's possible. Somebody has to prove me wrong, but you understand? I just feel like it's impossible to just outdo what he has done. And I like Ice Prince. Like Ice Prince is my
swag.
It's like my favorite rapper.
Wow. Why?
Because I like rappers that I can't do what they do. I can't. You can't just.
Well, you can't do what Eriga can do now.
I like Eriga. Do you understand? I like Eriga a lot. I've known Eriga since first time I heard Eriga. He knows. The funny thing is that. Do you know the funny thing is that I think one of the first places that Eriga came to when he came to Lagos was my house.
Wow, really? That's crazy. Yeah. Exclusive.
Yeah, I think one of the first places he came to was my house because I used to go all the way to Benin to record with Ray X, and Eriga used to record there too. Everybody knew, the moment Eriga touched the mic, he was special. There's no, do you understand? I just feel like with Eriga, he's doing so much. And he needs to let the team handle him. He needs to give in. I understand the protection. Look, they go scam you, but it's going to be bigger. Do you understand? 50% of a lot more is always better. Do you understand? You have to give in. People have to come in and...
But I say 100% of nothing is nothing.
Yeah. Because I listen to Eriga's music, and I can tell that it's him in the studio. Yeah.
It's just him doing his thing.
Yeah, it's just him doing
it.
There's nobody saying, why don't we try? Why don't we try? Why don't we try? Do you understand? I just feel like he can be much more bigger if he just gives in to the whole concept of a team. I'm sure he has his small team. Because me, I refuse to give in to a team. Do you understand?
You even produce your stuff most of the time.
I don't even have a manager right now. Somebody was like,
cool now. Only you, your manager, only you, your producer.
I'm not my manager. I don't have a reason to have a manager.
Imagine. Why?
Huh? I don't have a reason to have a manager.
You don't have a reason to have
a because I'm not performing. I chose not to perform.
Oh, it's true.
Do you understand? I'm not performing. I don't have but I have an A&R.
Right. But what if niggas want to book AQ now?
You DM me now.
AQ the hustler.
I can now point you to somebody that will. Do you understand? That will carry the conversation. And I have different people at different times. Do you understand? It depends on who is top of mind at that time. I beg, if you help me continue this conversation.
Let me know the conclusion and everything.
Do you understand? So I don't even have. So I'm one of those people that did not give into a team. So I understand, right? But I've always seen my music as music that has to be, the circle has to be small, has to be.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But when I look at Eriga, I just feel like he can be massive. Do you understand? He can be so massive.
Okay. Some of the fans say I should ask, are we going to expect AQ featuring Vector anytime soon?
You see, somebody is working on the project.
You know, Shelley, now we're rounding up. We're rounding up now, bro. You actually they want me. Dabu, this is the third time. Why did you do like this now? Don't be mad. For next time, nobody's following you. Like I was saying,
He's going to come out from there now.
That waiting they fire up and down. I will never take you out to this kind of thing again, ever, man. Bro, I don't like this. This fucking don't make sense now. What do they do there? Do quick now. You cannot wait to drink water after you finish. No, Allah. Next time. This is why you should not have a team.
No. This is why you don't mix pleasure and business.
That is it.
Because if a team will be here
working.
Do you understand? That's why I was saying that the circle has to be small. Please, can you ask the question again?
What was even the question? Okay, like somebody sent the fan me like, I should ask, should we be expecting AQ featuring Vectorverse like a collaboration? Just the way we had a live report. No, maybe not an EP, maybe just a song. Right?
See, somebody called me about a project with somebody that I never thought that I'd making music with.
Who's best?
I can't say because we are not even the conversations have not even started. But
okay.
The person asked me if there was a possibility.
Wow.
And for me, there's always you see people feel like there is hatred. The funny thing is that before my first award, the first award that I got a call from Vector.
For a song?
No, I got a call from him, right? And it wasn't a long conversation,
okay.
But because I needed to run, right? I needed to go to the award.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But we did have a conversation. So nothing is from a place of, from me, nothing is from a place of hatred, or nothing is from a place of, the kind of situation that cannot be
amended.
Amended or resolved. Like we're growing up. Do you understand? We're growing up. You see 50 and Fat Joe and Jada Kiss are sitting down and splitting bread. Yeah, you see anybody that is holding on to that kind of thing, I just believe that the person is not going through self-evaluation and all of that. Because in the end, you see what Joe Budden told Drake. Father time is inevitable. And when, people don't understand stuff, like when Joe Budden says father time is inevitable, that's the hardest response that I've ever heard. Do you understand? Like, it's the hardest response to anything that I've ever heard. Because when you say father time is inevitable, like, people think it's father time, like kids. Do you understand? But it is actually, you get to a point where priorities, you have to choose. Do you understand? Because you either go on this path that is ultimately going to lead to destruction. You either continue on that path. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Or I don't think there's anything like balance. There's nothing like balance. You choose. Do you understand? If you check it, like Jay-Z is more of a family man now than, do you understand? He is an artist.
He spend more time with
he's protecting his family. He almost lost his family. Yeah. And when he father time is inevitable. Do you understand? Like when he realized that, there's a possibility that I will lose my whole family. Yeah. Do you understand? I was listening to Reminisce on the podcast. Shout out to Reminisce, by the way.
Shout out to Remy.
Saying that, he had to take a step back because the kids' room was painted for 2 years and he didn't know that it was painted. Father time is inevitable. Do you understand? You look at how Olamide is rapping now, how he's taking things much easier. And father time is inevitable, my brother. Do you understand? So anybody can, if you refuse to grow, life will humble you. You will grow by force. Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of growth and this thing. If I've not seen V in a long time. If I say my hands are always going to be stretched out for a handshake. If there's any conversation that can go forward, of course, conversations will go forward. I'm open to anything.
Yeah, and guys heard it. It's possible.
Yeah, you heard the father time is inevitable.
It's going to happen. It will happen. It might happen. And hopefully we want it to happen. We can't wait for that. AQ, I really appreciate you coming. So before you go, let's play a game. It's a wide angle of recording. So I'm going to tell you to pick from 2 art choices and you have to pick one.
Yeah.
So let's start. Who's better? Now, let me start. Biggie Pac.
It depends
You
on
have
my
to pick
mood.
one.
It depends on my mood.
Your mood right now, who you picking?
Spark. My mood is spark right now because element V wasn't meant for me because of what I'm going through right now. Do you understand? Like when I hear Shorty Wanna Be, Shorty Wanna Be, Shorty Wanna Be a Thug. Do you understand? When I hear all those songs, like right now, my mood right now is spark. You know, so
NWA Wu-Tang. I need that wire down for this one.
Yeah. So let me just.
Which one is still recording, bro? This battery issue. We need to find a solution to it. Okay. All right. What was the next one? Okay. NWA Wu-Tang. Which one?
Wu-Tang is the best group in the world, so it's gotta be Wu-Tang.
Which one was more impactful? Like
Wu-Tang is the best. We were all out there wearing. We are all out there wearing Wu-Tang clothes. I think NWA might have been more impactful to them there, but here, I'm talking about here, when I had my Wu gear on, man, like sleeveless headgear. Do you understand? You know,
Humatic or Reasonable Doubt.
You know, should I tell you the truth? Nas fans, I beg no vex because I love Nas.
Serious?
Well, I do not enjoy Humatic as an album.
Are you? That's mind blowing. That's a shock.
I feel like that's the
Bible.
There are songs, do you understand? But
NY State of Mind.
NY State of Mind is not on Humatic.
New York State of Mind with
it's on It Was Written.
AZ. No, it's Humatic. It's with AZ. No, sorry. Life is a Bitch. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Life is a Bitch.
It's me. Yeah. Don't worry. It's me.
Life is a Bitch was the song I was thinking about.
It's me. Don't worry.
Wow. So you go pick Reasonable Doubt because you don't like Humatic.
No. It has songs, but as an album.
As an album.
Do you understand?
As an album, though.
Like, for me, Reasonable Doubt as an album, right? I would listen to Reasonable Doubt as an album. It has the brilliance in songs. Do you understand? But, you know.
Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj.
Nicki.
Wow. Ice Cube, LL Cool J. Because they both are actors.
Cube.
Yeah, I fuck with Cube.
Yeah, gotta be Cube.
Fowles, Ice Prince.
Ice. See, forget if you're acting Ice with any rapper, it's Ice. Ice and myself is Ice.
Modenine, MI.
Gotta be M.
Shout out to Modenine, shout out to MI.
Gotta be M because you have to be able to. What makes you the greatest is your ability to do both. Yeah.
Who are the 3 greatest rapper ever? You don't know minus Nigerians. I don't want problem.
3
in the world, like to you, top 3 ever.
3.
Yeah, mine is Nas, Jay-Z, Biggie.
It can't be 3 for me.
Like the top 3, like
it can't be that.
So my top 5.
So if it's top 5, then in no particular order is Park, Big,
Jay-Z,
Nas, and there, because of he's the one that brought me into listening to rap in a different way. It's Rakim.
Ooh, Rakim with the flows.
Rakim Allah.
Rakim. Wow.
Trying to rob my dialogue. I am God.
No, Rakim with the rhymes.
So when he said that I am God, like I felt like it was blasphemy. But his name is Rakim Allah. It means who is God.
Who is God? I am God. Dope. Yeah. I fuck with Black Thoughts too.
Yeah, no, it's Rakim for me. Black Thought is there, but think of it. Really think of it. Like Rakim has the best verse in the world.
Which verse is that?
The R, the intro of the 18th letter, the prophecy. That is the best verse in